You know what's insult to injury? This video blog talking about this is that when the Department of Labor doesn't do its job and you have people stealing within corporations and that, and then you stand up against them and they fire you to get you out of the way so they can continuously steal. Truly. And so you end up constantly getting screwed because you won't play their game, you won't compromise. And it's been my whole life. I go the righteous path, and then I have these people trying to influence the wicked because that's what they do. They're evil and they want to feel better about their evil. Misery loves company. Have you ever heard that? But we're talking about it. They were talking about not somebody in pain. They're talking about it. These people doing evil things, they pull you in. When you dance with the devil doesn't change. You do? Well, they want to suck you in so they can feel better about the wrongs they're doing to you. So instead of, praising your righteousness and, holding you up and, glorifying you, isn't that why you glorify God and all his righteousness and justice and so on? And you hold them up and you hold them up in the highest and you praise him and you exalt him because it's only righteous. Because you're born filth in comparison. And so, hence, God is pure and you admire him, and it's rightful to admire him and want to walk in the footsteps. As my prayers were always that I may walk closer in your footsteps. And so, basically, becoming synced with God, synergizing perfectly with God. That was a prayer since I was a child, that I would walk, Lord, may I walk closer in your footsteps. And one day, may my footsteps be your footsteps. Now, I added, may my footsteps be your footsteps. But that's what you're talking about, perfect alignment. Me and David talked about old age and softening you and forcing you to align with God. Making you more fragile and susceptible. And through that, humbling you. And through that, you aligning more with righteous. But it's really a sick world where they want to feed you food stamps and they want to feed you things for injustice, like the Chicago school system, the grade inflation of the teachers and the principals, changing the outcomes of exams and everything else. Truly. And so it's this wickedness, like these tailgaters, and they allow them to get away with it continuously. I solved it with Google CarPlay, Android Auto, and that. You have to put the camera in, and the forward-facing camera shows the spacing, and you get dinged immediately. Ticket pending if you're not. You don't need a cop. The system gives you a ticket. The car has sensors now through the phone because it has depth recognition, depth. So it has both an X, a Y, and a Z axis in the photo. And it gives you a freaking ticket. And then with the GPS, it has your speed and it gives you the ticket. So you're automatically penalized. And that's the way it should be. We're supposed to unearth all evil. That's the point about bringing it into the light. And so we bring it into the light and we sock it to them as fast as physically possible. Faster you punish, the better the result. So they want to compensate you and make you feel like you're a scumbag where they're the scumbag. So instead of the government doing the right thing and going after these employers, as I said, and doing the right thing and getting rid of these pieces of filth and breaking them before they break you. So I don't get it. They need to go after them. Instead, what do? They make me the beggar. Because I refused and did the right thing continuously. And then you're further lapping on, oh, you're on entitlements and you're on government subsidy, this and that. I shouldn't be on any of it. So again, that means lots of bad people got away with what they did. That's called injustice. And so the politicians want to feel better about their failures. So what do? They set up these entitlement programs because of their incompetence. Because they don't test the teachers and make sure they're competent. And they used to do this, Dr. Trebecki at the University of Arizona, every semester, there was an evaluation of the teachers from the students. And then my small group, one of the girls, Nancy, she went into classrooms and sat there and evaluated. You get evaluated by the administration, and I don't care. The small students, even kindergartners, I want to know their feelings towards the teacher. Do you feel the teacher's helping you? Do you feel the teacher's communicating properly? I want to know what they're thinking. So you give them the evaluations. And then Dr. Trebecki sat down with every teacher and went over every semester. Every single semester. And I showed you where the University of Arizona in the economics department in the top 100, top 75, top 50, top 40, top 30, top 20, and systematically through this every semester execution moved the university to the best. He was systematically perfecting the department every single semester, and that includes summer sessions and winter sessions. And so you think it's just twice a year. Actually, the teachers get evaluated once, 3 summer, and so 4. They get evaluated 6 times a year. 6 times a year. Each session, you have fall, winter, summer, or I should say fall, winter, spring, that's 3. Pre-session, that's 4. Summer 1, that's 5. And second summer, that's 6. Those are considered semesters. And he evaluates them. You get the evaluations after each of them. And he sits down 6 times a year with every teacher in the department. 6 times a year. And that's every business department. The MIS became number 1. Management Information Systems, where Dave Wanderer became number 1. So that's a public school. And they were working their way to number 1. Systematically, every single 6 times a year reevaluating everything they're doing. And I showed you the statistics, and I'll show you how they systematically working themselves, the University of Arizona, to be the number one. They want to be UCLA, the number one public school in the nation. And they're systematically working to beat them. So, again, you allowed the shitbags, and this is what the government doesn't understand, because they can't admit they don't have any balls of their incompetence. And so instead of perfecting the immigration system, educational systems, medical systems, and everything else, what do? They give you welfare. Instead of working on the zoning and perfecting the building and working on the supply chains that keep costs stable and low, they don't do their fucking job. And so what do? They give you these things so you can feel like you're a scumbag. And they can feel good. Even Simon said that. Charitable is supposed to go away. The mission of any charity is to stabilize and move them away from it. It's an up and out program. It's a safety net. That's what they're designed to do. But I get to sit in front of this car who has their lights just sitting on and so on. I'm so privileged that, Subaru can leave their lights on their car infinitely long. I'm so honored at the engineering incompetence of Subaru. So terrorizing me with their incompetence. So in Japan, do you know they're perfecting it with automatic spacing with the vehicles and that? They don't want any more accidents. Accidents cause traffic problems. And I'll go here, how much accidents cost in traffic delays, and then if you factor on that labor, and then all the other parts of it, it is a massive drag on GDP. And Japan, they're losing population. They're aging. They're dedicated to making everything perfect. No crime, no accidents, no workman comp incidents. Because everybody's staying as healthy as possible. Unlike us, we're fucking whores, and we allow sanctuary cities and illegals and all the other bullshit. And they didn't change their immigration system. They're tight as a motherfucker. And either you're bringing great benefit to their society or you're not getting the fuck in. So again, here's this dirtbag in his Subaru. So again, it's a bunch of bullshit. And you go out torturing me with your fucking incompetence. Because your life is fucked up, your relationship's fucked up, you take it out on me. Because you're a white trash piece of shit, you take it out on me. Your fucking incompetence, it's unbelievable.